All right, so you are wondering how much it costs to live in Portland, Oregon. Well, this video is going to be all about the cost of living right here in Portland, Oregon. So stay tuned. Hi, how's it going? My name is Jackson Wilkey. I'm a local real estate agent here right in Portland, Oregon. In this video, we're going to talk about the cost of living via houses, renting, buying, groceries, health insurance, and we're going to compare it to some of the other major cities that either neighbors to the north or south. And make sure you click that subscribe button. I do a ton of videos about Portland, what it's like to live here, the best neighborhoods, lots of really cool stuff, and I'm going to continue doing it. So you want to make sure you click the subscribe button and that little bell so you're notified every time I do a video. So let's get started with the elephant in the room. Housing prices are what make it so much more expensive to live in Portland, Oregon compared to when you look at the average of the United States. So currently in the United States, the average household price is $217,000, about $220,000. Right here in Portland, and we're talking about like the whole Portland Metro as one, but as a whole, we're right around $430,000. In a little bit, I'm gonna show a map of all the different areas and what it costs per area. So yeah, we're almost double. But when you talk about our neighbors up to the north, Seattle, or all of them down south in California, there's 6 major cities on the West Coast that are considerably more expensive than Portland, Oregon. But the median income here in Portland, due to the really good jobs, is actually really high. All right, so we talked about owning a house. Now what about renting? Well, renting has actually kind of gone crazy here. A lot of the rental prices are higher than buying. But just to let you know, if you were gonna rent 3-bedroom condo or townhouse or a house here in the Portland Metro, the average price is going to be anywhere from $2,000 to $2,200. Now there are areas where you're gonna find it quite a bit cheaper than that, and some that are quite a bit more expensive. Now a 4-bedroom, you're actually gonna be closer to $3,000 a month. But if you get outside the Portland Metro, that average drops down $200 to $300. All right, so now we've talked about actually getting into a home, whether you're gonna buy it or rent it. Let's talk about the average monthly cost for all of your utilities. Right now, if you average everything out, it's going to be close to about $150, and that's your water, sewer, garbage. And if you want internet, right now the average price is around $60 a month. It's a little bit higher than the national average, but it's right there. Okay, so you're living in your house, you're paying your monthly payments on your water, sewer, garbage. Now, how do you get to work? Portland actually boasts the #1 highest rate of bike users in the entire United States. Over 7% of people are using the bike trail because Portland has built over 350 miles of bike lanes, so you'll commonly see a ton of people all throughout the year riding their bikes and saving a ton of money. But let's say you don't want to be a pedal pusher. You don't have to drive to work. Like I said, we have transit. We have one of the best transit systems in the United States as well, and a monthly pass for that is right around $100. But there's huge discounts if you're on Medicare, or if you're a senior citizen, or if you have disabilities, it's $28 a month. Now let's say you don't want to ride your bike, and you don't want to take the max. On average here in Portland, the gas prices are right around $2.80 to $2.90 a gallon. I live in the southwest side of Beaverton, and I find it at $2.60 a gallon right now, and it is March of 2019. So whenever you're watching this, it may change. But comment below and I'll let you know what it is. Okay, so you work. What do you work for? So that you can go out and enjoy the incredible food and beer that Portland has. But let's talk about how much it costs to eat. An average meal for a couple at a pretty good restaurant's gonna be right around $50. Per person meal averages out to about $12. And well, you got the best beer and the best spirits, so that's gonna cost you a little bit extra and get you right up at that $50. Now, if you're gonna make meals at home, you're gonna be going and grabbing groceries. Our food prices and grocery prices are basically even with the United States. Your grocery expenses are gonna be basically the same as the national average. So let's talk about the beer. Portland right now is estimated to have over 150 breweries, and with only 600,000 to 700,000 people, the ratio is pretty high. Boston has about the same number of people, and they only have 15 breweries. So we are loaded on breweries, and it's definitely due to the amount of hops crops we have here in Oregon. You know that Oregon produced almost 13 million pounds of hops? That is a lot of brewskis, and I love them. All right, so when you're buying things, you look at the sticker price, and the sticker price you see is what you pay. That is one of the cool things about Oregon here, is that there's no sales tax. So the price you see is the price you pay. So our neighbors up to the north have almost a 10% sales tax, and I mean Seattle. But since we don't have a sales tax, we do have an increased income tax. So the top marginal income tax here is going to be around 10% if you make over $125,000 combined in a household. Under 125, you're just right around 9%. So the income tax rate is hiked a little bit here in Oregon. All right, and the last thing I want to cover right now is healthcare. And the one cool thing about Oregon is if you base it on the national average, we're actually considerably lower than the average. Let's say you work for an employer that does not offer health insurance, or you're working, as an entrepreneur or a real estate agent. A low end amount for a below 40 non-smoker is right around $260 a month. And that'll have a deductible that's just over $6,000. But for people who've lived here forever, they think that price is astronomical. But if you look at the average, we are actually lower. Okay, so we've talked about the cost of living in Portland, Oregon. I went and looked up the top 20 most expensive cities to live in the United States, and Portland actually ranks number 20, whereas every city in California and also Seattle, that makes up 6 of the top 20, they all are considerably more expensive than Portland, Oregon. The median income here is really close to some of those. Now, San Francisco, your median income is quite a bit higher, but the rental prices and home prices there are like triple. But I did want to mention one thing, because in Seattle, the average home price is almost double what it is here in Portland. And the household income average is actually just a little bit higher. So you're gonna pay twice as much for rent and to buy a home in Seattle than you will here in Portland. Now, I really want to give you an understanding of the Portland metro, because when you think of Portland, you think of downtown. There are so many suburbs and sub-cities outside that people live in, either work right in those towns or they commute with the Max or drive to downtown. So let's look at a map, and then we can really see the difference in these cities. All right, so let's take a look at this map here. Right here is the downtown Portland area, and this is what I was talking about. There's so many different areas outside of it. So let's dissect it. Right here, your cost of living is pretty high in the downtown Portland area. As you can see, as a national average of 100, it's in the 140 to 150 range. So if you want to live downtown Portland, there's going to be a lot of older homes on this east side. This is going to be older homes. A lot of them have been redone. They're really nice, but at the same time, they're really small streets, and you'll find just a lot of older homes. Now, this whole west side, this is where Intel and Nike is, and you can see there's a lot more affordable housing, in the Beaverton area, and as well as Hillsborough. Hillsborough is really blowing up, and they're projecting 20,000 new homes in this area. So there's a lot of people moving here, brand new construction and great prices. And you'll see up here, this is the Bethany area. There's really top-notch schools, and a lot of the Intel and Nike people are moving into this area, which has boosted the prices. And then again, you've got one of the most expensive areas, and this is in the Lake Oswego area. So if you find that you want to be in a very walkable city, downtown Portland in the Pearl District is actually one of the top 5 walkable cities in the nation. And then if you actually want maybe like an older style home with a bigger yard, the older Beaverton, you can find a lot of that. And Beaverton also boasts some of the best school districts around as well. So that's just really quick. You can look at this map and see where it's least expensive or most expensive to buy. But again, reach out to me anytime, and I can answer a lot of those questions too. And like I said, I'm a local real estate agent here, and if you have questions, if you're thinking about moving to Portland, Oregon, or your job has you moving here, give me a call. Reach out to me any way you'd like. I'd love to help you out and answer any questions you have to find your ideal place to live. If you have questions, or you know where you're going to be working, or you know where you want to be playing, then I can help you find a house really close to that, because there's so many different sub-cities. If you like the downtown scene and really walkable, I can find those cities. If you like, a little bit bigger yards or new construction, that's on the west side. There's total different areas. So let's find what you really want to accomplish here in Portland and where your job is, and I'll help you find that dream house. I really hope you enjoyed that video. Comment down below if you've been to Portland, if you agree, if you disagree. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll also answer any questions you have. So I'll be monitoring the comments. So make sure you comment, and make sure you click that subscribe button. I do a ton of videos about Portland, what it's like to live here, the best neighborhoods, lots of really cool stuff, and I'm gonna continue doing it. So you wanna make sure you click the subscribe button and that little bell so you're notified every time I do a video. And until next time,